Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's doing great today. And today I'll be talking about the show The Glory. It's a Korean drama starring, I'm going to mess up her name. I apologize. Song Hye-Kyo, I think that's how you pronounce it. So let me tell you right now, if after episode 1, if you don't feel sorry for uh, this woman, you have no heart whatsoever because episode 1 is very, very brutal. But before we get into that, appreciate the one or two you've been watching this. What the glory is about a young woman when she was back. Well, she's not so young, but it was about a woman back when she was in high school. She was being bullied by 5 kids, and all of them, at least 3 of them, were from like elite class, and then you had the other 2 is kind of like the underlings. They weren't so much elite, but they kind of did the bidding of the other kids because they were looks like basically so they wouldn't get bullied. They kind of helped out these rich kids bullied other people, and it seemed like they especially picked on girls. And so the first episode, I had to like fast forward some of it just because it was kind of brutal what these kids does to this girl, and you really feel sorry for her. I really hope like this doesn't really go on in Korea or anywhere else, because this girl's getting bullied pretty heavily, and it's very graphic on what they're doing to her. But when she goes for help with the teachers, or I think she even goes to the police, because these kids' parents are elite, like elite class, nobody helps her, and she even gets abused by one of the teachers who just smacks her around when she tries to tell them what is going on. And so the first episode is very hard to watch, but I think it's very necessary because it really pulls you in to her side. You want her to succeed in her revenge that she's eventually going to try to do to these people, because these kids are like the worst of the worst. They're very hypocrites. One of them goes to church, but you can tell that even though she goes to church, she doesn't really believe in God or what the preacher is teaching her, because she does the complete opposite. And so, that first episode, you really want to jump through the screen and help this young lady out. And so, episodes 2 through 8 is basically her taking steps to get her revenge on these kids, and it basically takes place 18 years. It skips ahead 18 years after she drops out of school. And the best part of episode 1 was probably near the end, where she tells the lead girl, she's like, my dream, I used to dream of being like an architect, but now my dream is you. And then she was like, I hope all your dreams come true. I hope you get your wonderful husband, your nice family, and all that you want, because I'm going to destroy it. And this is basically what she sets out to do. She got 18 years of like studying what they've been doing, what these kids were being doing, how they grow up, and she's just been planning on how to take them down. And you're all for it, because once you watch that first episode, you want these kids, these characters to be destroyed. You want her to get her revenge on them. And I don't know, you might say it's lazy writing, but I like it that even after they're all grown up, the bullies are still nasty characters that you just don't like. The elite group, they're still using their power, their family's influence to bully those underneath them, and they're still treating people nasty. And so you're like, yeah, I want these. You're really pulling for these for her to pull them down. And just to remind you of what happened in episode 1, you get these flashbacks, of why she is doing this. It is a great series. Like how the writing is terrific, the acting is phenomenal. It really pulls you in. You really hate the bad guys, And I know some people like it where they give the bad guys some kind of like development, a little bit more dimension that they're just awful. And this one it kind of does with like the lead villain with that girl, that woman. She has a family, so she does kind of care for her daughter. There is a scene where like our person looking for revenge, she becomes a teacher just so she can teach this woman's future children, and so she becomes the daughter's teacher. I was like, I hope she doesn't really do anything nasty to the daughter, because that would be too far for me on the revenge. I don't mind revenge as long as you just keep it to the characters. I didn't want her to do anything to the daughter, but after this is going to be 16 episodes. Like they cut into the first eight episodes. It's clear that I don't think she's going to do any physical harm or mentally harm to the daughter. She's just kind of using the daughter as a hostage, and she got some better use for her daughter. I don't want to give it away, but she's going to use the information that she's gathered about the daughter to really hit home on the leader of the gang. And her, looks like, and somebody else part of that gang. I'm not going to try and stop it right there. But she's really focused on destroying her. She's the one she wants to destroy the most. She wants to leave her destitute. I don't even necessarily, she says she wants to end it with her killing her. But I think it's more like she wants to leave her basically crushed, where there's nobody around her, and like completely alone, and like and depression. This is how she felt when she was a teenager. She does get like a couple of sidekicks who are pretty cool. She gets a woman who's middle-aged. She's getting beat by her husband. She promises to help her out. If she helps her out, she's kind of like her little spy. She has some funny scenes. You do get a little bit of comedy, just a tiny bit. She's kind of like the comic relief a little bit when she's doing her spying, especially when she first starts out. Sorry for the coughing. I'm not going to edit it out. It's all one take, folks. All one take. That's the important part here. So yeah, you got her, and then she meets up with a medical doctor. He does plastic surgery, and he has his own past. Like, he has this person that he wants to get revenge on. Like, his dad was killed by a patient of his. After his dad saved this guy, the guy turned around and killed his dad. And the guy who murdered his dad, he's really wicked too, because he's always sending him nasty letters and stuff. And so he's kind of wanting revenge. So he kind of sees her point of view. He's all for it. But man, what else to say? There's so much to say about this series. I'm trying to keep it short. It's just definitely, if you're new to this, which probably 99.9% of you are, we grade these shows basically basic grade, just 3. Highly recommend. The majority of you will like it. Recommend, half and half. Recommend with caution. Those are for the people who like bad movies, or you like a certain type of movie. As such, I'm going to highly recommend this movie. It's fantastic. I'm going to say this is a little spoiler, how a revenge way that she didn't do it, but I wish she would have. As the lead character, she has a great husband and a daughter. And so the daughter really likes our girl who's going for revenge. She's like her favorite teacher and stuff like that. And then our main girl here, she learns I think it's Chinese checkers, but they call it Go. I could be wrong, but she learns this typical game that's like, I think, whatever, it's called Go. Anyway, she learns this just because the villain's husband likes to play it. So she learned it just so she get close to the husband. I was kind of hoping that she would try steal the husband from her, have the daughter like her more than she likes her own mom. I was hoping she would go with that side of the plot, of revenge. That would have been delicious. And normally I'm not like that way. I don't believe, just because this is fiction, I don't believe you should be breaking up families or anything. I'm totally against that. But I think for her revenge plot, that would have been great. Because she's trying to get this woman to be completely, utterly alone. And if she could have stolen her husband and her child, I would be I would be like one of the ultimate slaps in the face. Anyways, yes, so you have to watch The Glory. It's a K-drama. It's fantastic, especially if you like those revenge plots. The writers do a great job of planning everything out. It never gets boring. Every episode's a must, and like you can just feel the tension when she meets him as a girl. You really feel for her. I'm telling you, that first episode's hard to watch. You do want to jump through the screen, beat these kids up. But then when she meets them, when they're adults, you know, and she doesn't shy away from them, and and you start to see all the planning she's done through those years starting to come to fruition. It's great. I don't know what kind of ending this is going to have. I don't know if she's going to have a good ending or she's going to end up in jail or whatever. I don't know because she's not seems to go that far where she's doing like hardcore illegal stuff at this point. She's just doing a little bit of blackmailing on them, you know, just revealing she's just basically revealing their horrific past and the things they're doing now. That's all she's really doing, is bringing back their secrets into the light. So I don't know if she's going to go to jail or anything. I am glad that she's been living in the dark for so long that that there's some light in her life. And hopefully by the end of the series, she's able to let that light come in and not so much live for revenge, but live for, like, you know, for happiness, for good stuff. Hopefully that's how this will end. I don't know. I was kind of hoping she would end up with the other girl's husband, to be honest, but the doctor guy, he's pretty cool too. So we'll see. We'll see in March when it comes back. I hope you have a great day. Enjoy this video. And until next time, have adios, I guess. Bye-bye.